big numbers. Big numbers. 100-minute bag, that's a big number.
Coach, a very warm day outside by Minnesota standards, but then again, it is still summer. Either way, the AC is working just fine at U.S. Bank Stadium in the Twin Cities. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Oakland Raiders and the Minnesota Vikings. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
The Vikings take over first and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Check out! 674! 3 birds, 11B!
And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, second and 10. Now Love. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, third down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense as that fell harmlessly to the ground. And now the third down throw incomplete as well. So the defense able to get off the field here on third down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on third down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
Okay, look at this. The punt team nowhere to be found. They're on the sidelines. Offense going to go for this on the opening drive. They're going to go. It's Locke. Able to find Isabella. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 17 yards, first down, Vikings. He missed on his first 3 passes, was 0 for 3. Now gets a connection. Maybe that'll get him going.
Yeah, it wasn't a time for panic, but there was some concern because once you start in a certain pattern, you're wondering, can you get out of it? And that flips the other way, too, when you're throwing it really well. In this case, now he's got his first completion. They think he might be off to the races.
At the 41-yard line.
On second down, it's Jones. 4 yards on the pickup there, and now they're left with a 3rd and 8.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Throwing on 3rd down, Locke. Oh, he almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. That's a throw he'd like to have back. Now 4th down. That's a pretty good opening possession defensively.
And you know the goal is to make something of a statement, especially on the road with your first defensive possession, isn't it? Go right out and establish yourselves and let them know this is going to be tough going all game long.
Hey, exit. 56.
They are going for it. It's Locke. And this is incomplete. A surprising move here on the opening drive of the game. And the Raiders with the football now in excellent field position. They go play action here on first down. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. And that's going to be caught for a Raider touchdown. Marquise Goodwin. His third touchdown now on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Graham Gano on for the extra point. And that makes it 7-zip Oakland.
Makes the score Raiders 7, Vikings nothing.
Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
Let's go. The Vikings take over first and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And last time out, went for it on fourth down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned it to 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on fourth down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
Bravo!
From the gun on third down, Rock. And that is incomplete. We've seen this offense do some unconventional things thus far, but they couldn't go for it on fourth down here, could they?
Could someone patch us into the head coach's headset? Punt the ball.
They're going to try and throw. And it is incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And it'll be a turnover on downs.
I don't know why you would do that. It's almost guaranteed points the other way. I mean, I get it if it's a late game situation, maybe even fourth and inches. But boy, that's a huge risk to take.
Yeah, now they're set up in prime position going the other way. And he's got 4 down inside the 20 to the 18.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
On second down, it's Cannon. And he'll get this down only to the 18. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5. They had great starting position to begin the drive, but now they look up at a 3rd and 5. On third down, here's Cannon. And he'll wind up losing yardage here, back at the 21-yard line. A 3-yard loss. 4th down now.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
The Vikings take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And on that last drive, went for it on fourth, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on fourth down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think...
And got his man complete. 36 yards on the play. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 30 now for 1st and 10. Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. Give him a couple on the catch at 2nd and 8. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down. And he won't get much. Maybe a couple down inside the 35 to the 34.
A 2-yard pickup brings up 3rd and 6.
Here's Locke. He's going to let this go for the end zone. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now, give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
An update from Buffalo. Now, the Bills have now opened up a 2-touchdown lead. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses. A good starting spot for the Raiders as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Throwing Jones. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
1st down, Raiders.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10, down at the 31. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
Set, ready? 60 Pittsburgh. Strip the ball. Strip that ball.
10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports.
Vikings, nothing.
Ready? 90 Wolf. Check. X3. 218. Chop. Shoot.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Jones. And this one complete to Virgil Green. And this is going to turn into another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 19.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the 1st down.
They'll run on 1st down with Cannon. And he'll get this down only to the 18. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Back to the ground, this time Lynch. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. The 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
That's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way.
And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. Jared Davis coming in to drop him for a loss of 8. And it also brings up 4th. And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost. And that'll push the lead up to 13-0. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try?
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jadeveon Clowney showing the explosiveness on the sack. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22. And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. Nick Bosa in there to record the 2nd sack of his young NFL career. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. He's going to wind up and air it out. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Normally, I'd say this will lead to a punt attempt, but this offense already shown in the first half that they'll go for it on 4th down.
Well, they should have already said, punt it, punt it. Head coach should have already made that decision.
And not the result they were hoping for there, at least in terms of the kick team, as that'll get out of bounds at just the 35-yard line.
Let's go.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try and increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. Throwing again. Jones. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jarrett Davis able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter.
Come on, set. 70, Indy.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Jones. And he's going to go down again. Bud Dupree. He's the one to get him this time, and back-to-back sacks brings up 4th down. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
The 2nd quarter score from KC. And the Chiefs have jumped out to an early lead in their ball game. That one tight to this point, and you'd have to imagine it'll stay tight throughout. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. A quick throw here out to Cobb. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
And a decent gain there as that takes us to the 2-minute warning. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he will have the 1st down, but he winds up paying for it pretty good. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Check 24, check. Recon, 132 fighter.
Now a 1st down carry by Jones. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Brings up 2nd and 37-yard line.
2nd and 5 now. Luck. And down he goes. Brought down a Raiders sack. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. The Raiders call on a nickel set here for 3rd down. To throw is Luck. He's going to rifle one deep left side. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Vikings. A big play there. His first touchdown here of the new campaign as they are now on the board here in the first half. Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now 13-7. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he is out of bounds here on the return.
At their own 25-yard line.
So a challenge coming down from the booth, and that's where these challenges come from, of course, in the final 2 minutes of the half.
Yeah, now we're going to New York, right? That's command central for the officials. They'll talk, they'll take a look at it, communicate with the referee at the game site, and issue a final decision because they do have the final call now.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you've got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I like where they are on the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if.
A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Looking to throw again on second down. Jones nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Bud Dupree picks up his second sack of the afternoon. So we have reached halftime in what's a 6-point game at the break. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the Raiders with the lead already, and they will get the football here as the second half is now underway. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ballgame.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10.
Hey, Zoo!
Now Jones to throw again. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 41-yard line. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 41. Now here's a throw right side taken in by his tight end. 7 yards to pick up on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
Wide, get 161, matchbox light. Fire.
A first carry for the converted wideout, J.D. McKissick. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A Raider first down, 17 yards.
It's a gain of 17 yards. And the Raider first down.
Set, ready? 60 outlaw. Protein spill. Ready?
On first down, Cannon. He will push his way down to about the 14. Lawrence Guy able to bring him down. They go again with Cannon. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Trenton Cannon.